Hey, welcome back everybody. This is what will be episode 3 of the Final Fantasy VII Comparison Series, where we take an in-depth look at all the similarities and differences between the original game and the remake. In the last episode we covered the Sector 7 slums, so today we'll resume straight from the train ride on the way to Reactor 5. All aboard!
Alright, we're starting out in the train car. Wedge and Jesse are back at 7th Heaven in the remake, but can be seen running in the original, along with Biggs, who has already gone on ahead in the new game. Here, the trio are conversing in the back of the train car.
The target's Mako Reactor 5.
Head for Mako storage.
And then blow it all to hell.
We split up in the remake as to not look suspicious.
Might stand out as a group. You two stay here.
The first ID check.
Hey, would you mind keeping an eye on things the next car over? I'm worried there might be trouble. Keep an eye on Barrett for me, would you?
So, do you still support those terrorists?
Then we check on Barrett, who's arguing with the Shinra manager again.
Avalanche is a blight on Midgard. Their bomb threat has thrown our offices into chaos, let alone the reactor itself. It's total insanity! But we won't lose heart. No! Everyone at Shinra agrees. The reactor will stay online!
Is that right?
What? You got a problem with that?
Do I have a problem with that? Oh, you can bet.
Cloud intervenes instead of Tifa.
Asshole.
You know you're better than that.
I have nothing more to say to you and your friend. The Sector 4 offices got the worst of it. Everyone's panicking over there. Just leave me alone.
Why don't you go check on Tifa? Quit screwing around here. Go see how Tifa's doing. She needs you more than I do.
Here's the emergency ID scan. And we're detected. We gotta avoid lockdown. We've got significantly more time in the remake, though we've also got these slug rays to take out, which are a security measure unique to the new game. It becomes clear we have to jump off. Barrett suggests it in the old, and Cloud does in the new. Barrett shoots open the door on the left, but on the right, we see Jesse opens it. It's a shame we don't get to see him in disguise in the new game. Now it's time to jump. Barrett goes first in the remake, and he insists on going last in the original, with Tifa going first, then Cloud. The two of them jump together in the remake. Here's the landing. We've got to catch up to Barrett in the new game. But first, let's see what happens if we do get locked down in the train.
Let's do this. All good.
The timer runs out. We're locked in. We're in separate cars in the new game.
We gotta jump.
Barrett's first in the old game, then Tifa. In the new game, we don't see their jump. And now Cloud. Out the window, too. We find Tifa not far from where we landed, and then resume from where we were before, looking for Barrett.
After Barrett jumped, I knew that I had to go right after, but
Don't worry about it.
cool as ever, I see.
If I wasn't, they would have never made me a soldier.
Good point.
So naturally at this point, you've got to go the wrong way to see what's down there.
You see something over here?
But it won't let us. Let's try again after we find Barrett. So there's some more graffiti here. Looks pretty clean too. Wish I could take a photo.
Light, you know.
You always know what to say.
We find Barrett and cross the tracks to get to him.
I ain't going down without a fight! That thunder I hear? Oh, this calls for a song! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! When the time comes, remember, we just gotta follow the nose.
What?
Barrett tells us to follow Stamp's nose. It's cool the graffiti gets to have some relevance to the plot. We come across a web nest. Here's the gas strikes in both versions.
So you must be the queen, huh?
And then a queen gas strike in the remake. Gross. Kill it with fire?
That's that.
Barrett reveals there's a secret passageway somewhere in the tunnel. And I try for the wrong way one last time. In fact, I tried at each chance I got.
What am I doing?
We gotta help Barrett right now. Wrong way, Cloud.
Hey, get your ass over here. You want to keep going this way, you best explain yourself.
I think the reactor's in the other direction.
The hell you off to? Where you going? Where you going?
And then finally, it let me. So yeah. The tunnel goes on quite some ways down. But unfortunately, you don't reach this doorway with the endless Shinra guards. We do fight the Red Elite Grenadiers, which may resemble the Special Combatants, at least in color, though they do look a lot less shock troopery. Oh, and these little storage rooms the gang can go into can be seen on the battle screens in the old game.
You've had your fun, now let's go back.
So the tunnel keeps going. You can't go past the screen with the endless soldiers in the original. In the remake, the tunnel eventually loops around to where we landed after the jump. But either way, we're left retracing our steps. Before we exit the tunnels, we have a new mech to take care of in the remake, the Crab Warden.
Yeah, except the bastard looked like a scorpion. Speaking of which, what would you say that last one looked like?
Here's Tifa's limit break. She skips over her usual first limit break from the original, Beat Rush, and instead goes for her usual second, Somersault. Upon defeating it, Tifa gets her new weapon, the Metal Knuckles. These replace her default weapon, the leather gloves, and are originally bought in Wall Market.
Let's go.
Sure.
Alright, this way. Lo and behold. All aboard.
Continuing on, there's no laser door in the remake. And you take the lift down instead of the vent.
Talk about a tight squeeze. Ugh.
So now we're at the underbelly of the Sector 4 plate.
Through here and straight on to Reactor 5.
A series of catwalks and metal beams will lead us to the reactor. It's a full dungeon in the remake. We get a real nice view of Sector 4 below. First time ever getting a glimpse of it, though we can't make out much detail.
You okay?
Yeah.
It's also really cool to see the sun lamps in the remake, as it expands our understanding of everyday life in Midgar. We explore the huge machinery and see how it keeps the world below out of complete darkness in the shadow of the plate.
Tell you what, the rot runs deep in this damn pizza.
Here we fight some Choose Tank, the seahorse creatures. They seem to have been renamed to Terpsichore in the remake.
This is gonna sting!
Whatever.
Shit hurts, yo. Time for a serious ass.
That's a win.
There's also various artillery turrets resembling the rocket launcher enemy.
Alright, watch and learn. Gotta learn.
Don't give up.
And here's the blue goo.
Don't close your...
Let's go. Bring it.
There's also these giant fans we've got to surpass.
No worse than a windy day, huh?
One with a tornado warning, maybe? Don't look at the fan, whatever you do.
Right.
Hey, what's that behind the fan over there?
It's a summon materia. We can loop back around for it after shutting down the lamps. And when we reach it, it turns out to be the Chocobo and Moogle summon. In the original, it was called Chocomog, and we found it at Chocobo Bill's ranch. We'll be sure to test it out later. I'll just go ahead and give it to Tifa. So of course we don't have a wedge here in the remake, but let's go up the ladder anyway. We've got some ducts to crawl through.
Even after all that fighting, no one's coming for us?
No need. This is Shinra City. They probably have cameras everywhere.
Why didn't you say something sooner?
Way too late to bail now.
It's like walking a tightrope. When you're on it, only two ways off.
Better keep my balance.
And here's where Jesse would be. Some more catwalks. And then we meet up with Biggs.
Mercy! Wait, Cloud. Where's Jesse and Wedge?
You magnificent son of a bitch! Bring it in!
So, where are the others?
Man.
While Shinra scours Sector 4, you can waltz right on into Sector 5. It's a bit of a squeeze, but it ought to get you where you need to go.
He hands us some grappling guns for our escape, as well as a light machine gun for Barrett. Not to be confused with his W machine gun, probably. This new arm for him replaces his default Gatling gun. Biggs leaves us at this point, going down instead of up. And through the hole we go. President Shinra of course has an eye on us, and we're officially inside Reactor number 5.
Layout's the same as Reactor 1.
Yes, it is the same layout, but this one's a bit more blue. We can still see that tank off to the side. And here we go, down the pipe.
Kinda scary, huh?
It's all in the mind.
We get an early look at the airbuster. It's nice to see it incorporated into the environment. I wonder if Scorpion was around back at Reactor number 1, just off where we couldn't see it. Looks like our stairs are blocked in the remake. We can go up early in the original, though there's really no point in doing so. Here's the core, and again, with a color change. Cloud is afflicted again with a flashback. This time, it's back at the Nibelheim reactor, and Tifa's father was just killed.
Soldiers? Mako? Shinra? I'm sick of this. I'm sick of all of this!
She picks up the sword in both versions, but in the remake it's a bit more apparent.
Hey! Soldier boy!
Tifa,
What?
We approach the core and plant the bomb. It seems Jesse rigged this one up with a remote detonator, so there's no timer to outrun this time.
We withdraw to a safe distance. Then, kaboom!
Safe distance?
What? No such thing. We get out the same way we got in. Let's double back.
Also, it's oddly calm considering the last time we bombed a reactor, a giant mech guarded its core. We leave to make our exit, and so we'll take the ladder up. Okay. Didn't work out so well in the new game. We get a surprise visit from Heidegger in hologram form.
Greetings, my dear sewer rats!
He shows us the news. And look, there's our crew from back at Reactor 1, when we cut through the gate. And then an airbuster hologram.
The big boy! I give you Shinra's latest triumph of technology! The Airbuster, your executioner!
We fight an elite shock trooper. That's a bit more like the ones outside the danger room. They're common within the reactor too. Here's their comparison in both games.
You got this!
Taking over.
Let's do this.
Time to get serious.
Shut the hell up!
So how will we make our exit now? Well, that door in the back, the one that's never been accessible before, is now open for us. I've always wondered what could be back there, so let's check it out. The gang take the ladder up in the old game. And in the new, we see the control rooms where the Shinra guys are building the Airbuster.
Get these components prepped for the Airbuster ASAP! Intruders! Take them out!
That's that.
All clear. Now let's see what these bastards were up to.
There's a cool little mechanic here too. Using the keycards we find around, we get to weaken certain elements of the upcoming boss fight.
We'll see about that.
Could tamper a little with its loadout.
And give ourselves an edge?
There should be a console somewhere. Needs a keycard.
Well, let's find it then.
There's 6 keycards in total. And we get to reduce either his speed, item usage, or special big bomber attack frequency. So we really do get to customize our battle ahead.
That should slow them down some.
Here Tifa gets a new weapon. Seems a bit soon, but whatever, I'll take it. It's her Sonic Strikers, new to this new game. We make our way out of the control rooms, which looped us back to the Mako storage room, though up on the top level now. Our mechanical foe is being lifted up in the next room over.
Look, they're still prepping it.
They're here! Hold them back! Buy us every second you can!
What is the status of my Airbuster? Report. You got this.
Hang that
Position!
This is gonna hurt.
Give me your best shot!
Y'all never had a chance.
Hey guys,
need to talk victory poses. Something coordinated for the live on camera finish. Could blow up big, start a new trend. Start a new trend.
No way we're getting back up that pipe.
Keep looking.
Our stairs that were blocked earlier are now clear thanks to the cutter, a variant of the sweeper.
Finish him off! Come on! He's giving it my all!
Real subtle invitation.
We make our way up into the elevator. At the top, we come across a locked door.
What? Open it already.
It's locked down.
So, how do we do this?
It's simple, really. We move the levers at the same time.
And we've got our little lever timing minigame.
3, 2, 1. Try to match my timing, okay? We got this. 3, 2, 1.
Emergency lockdown disengaged.
The door is unlocked.
Hell yeah!
We really did it!
And we get a bonus in the remake if we decide to play it again.
This would be the treasure vault?
That's right. Same deal. But we gotta do it several times.
Okay, guys. You know what we have to do.
Copy me?
No, Tifa leads.
Oh, fine. After you, girl.
Don't rush it.
Got an idea. 7-7, happen, hoo-ah! 7-7, happen, hoo-ah!
Hell no.
How about this then? 7, heaven!
Once outside, we reach that T-shaped catwalk. Shinra guards block our exit in the old game, and slug rays do in the new. Also, President Shinra chooses not to make an appearance in person this time, instead opting for a hologram display. Guess he's playing it safe.
Think you forgetting someone?
Oh, the eyes of one who has bathed in Mako, which would make you a soldier.
Ex-soldier.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Though not, alas, for very long. The true nature of Mako is known to one and all, yet the people willfully turn a blind eye to the costs. As you must surely be aware.
Ain't enough hours in the day to hold you to account for all your crimes.
And what a wasteful indulgence it would be, even if there were.
No need for a helicopter escape now. And Heidegger has a few things to say.
You still don't understand your role in this. Now let us raise the curtain on our main event.
Then the Airbuster makes his entrance, from the side in the original, and from an airdrop in the remake.
Your guilt is undeniable. Your punishment, death.
The battle begins. It remains a side attack battle in both games, at least in the first phase in the remake. Barret and Tifa are on the left side, and Cloud is on the right. His counterattack in the new game is more of an electric charge. Here's his big bomber. He definitely puts up more of a fight in the remake. In the original, he's down after 2 limit breaks. Here he has a phase 2, where he moves closer to the reactor and fires a Tank Buster laser attack.
Tank Buster ready to fire. Now show me how fast you can run.
His arms detach and fight us separately from the main unit. We can see President Shinra observing from the background. Here Tifa unleashes the Chocobo and Moogle summon we got earlier.
Hope you're ready.
So let's compare. In the remake, Chocomog has Moogle Blast and Chocobo Kick. And then his finisher is Stampede instead of his Death Blow from the original. Though they're both similar in how you charge the enemy. Much more impact now, whereas it's almost comedic in the original. Also, the Moogle still has his headband, but it's a lot more subtle now. Back to the battle. Airbuster goes into his final form, destroying a portion of the catwalk. By the way, this battle is timed in the remake. Here's what happens when the clock runs out. Upon defeat, the giant mech explodes, leaving a gash in the catwalk. Cloud holds on for dear life, but there's nothing Tifa or Barret can do. Cloud is optimistic in both, but he has the option to be unsure in the original. But either way, there's no helping him. Due to the explosion, Cloud loses his grip and falls to the slums below.
So there we have it, the Reactor 5 bombing mission. It was really nice to see how the train tunnels and the Sector 4 plate were expanded in the remake, even if we didn't get to see the danger room. Though we did get those control rooms behind that door in the reactor core, so I guess that evens out. But things aren't looking good for our ex-soldier. Will he be okay? What will happen next? And more importantly, how will things differ or stay the same between the two games? Well, find out next time when we explore the Sector 5 slums. Hope to see you there.